All right, we start with an exclusive news break that's come in. CNN News 18 has reviewed a government cyber report that has nailed Pakistan's role in spreading misinformation against India during the military clashes with Pakistan. As per the analysis of the internal report, Pakistan made a coordinated online effort aimed at spreading false narratives against India during Operation Sindoor. The India cyber agencies traced the activities of multiple social media accounts primarily based in Pakistan with alleged links to the country's military and intelligence apparatus. And here's what the report states. So we'll talk about that. Ankur Sharma joins us with more details to decode this for us further. Ankur, tell us a little bit about the report, the findings of the same, and what have we been able to unearth in terms of how this entire nexus clearly stands exposed.
Yeah, Christine, so we have accessed the report and we got to know that the report, according to the official who quoted the report was divided into multiple aspects, including background, what exactly happened, modus operandi by Pakistan accounts, and how much accounts should be banned and action should be taken against them. So according to our sources, it was revealed that there was a specific coordinated effort of a campaign against India by Pakistani accounts, especially high engagement accounts, which include celebrity accounts and public figures as well. Also, the another aspect was that various other nationals were also involved apart from Pakistan. They were also involved in spreading these fake information against India during Operation Sindoor. Importantly, India's fact-check machinery was very effective at that time, and also they specifically turned down every single fake news which was triggered by Pakistan during the cyber warfare. This particular, if I tell you the modus operandi, what exactly they have found, when we asked about the pattern which Government of India's official noted specifically, which is also mentioned in the report, they told me that approximately 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. there were multiple multiple information which was fake information shared by Pakistan handle, which were further amplified by a high engagement account, and after that they further started quoting each other without verifying the fact. And also there were specific group which was mostly active with interacting with these posts which were ranging from 25 years to 40-year group. So specifically this report talks about how Pakistan tried to dent the India's image globally, and it also tried to influence the public opinion.
Tried to influence the larger narrative which has been peddled around the India-Pakistan conflict in those days in the month of May. Stay on with us, Ankur. We'll come back to you in just a bit. Let's talk a little bit about why Pakistan handles were banned, the revelations that have come through these reports, the other crucial evidences that have been pieced together by top government agencies. Number one is, of course, how the handles ran coordinated disinformation campaign. The second big revelation through this report has been how many handles linked to Pakistan military and intel apparatus were actively involved. And the third big revelation is how handles shared similar content within 30 to 40 minutes time frame, as Ankur was also highlighting for us just a couple of minutes ago. Further goes on to reveal the disinformation shared by handles and how it was widely amplified. So one piece was put out, it was then amplified, multiplied using several other handles online. The activity suggested centrally directed information warfare bid. That was the intent in carrying out this kind of an exercise at a massive level. Further, the report also reveals how the type of content suggested bid to amplify anti-India narrative. That was the sentiment at play in coming up with this kind of a fake propaganda war against India. Further, uniform messaging to tone suggested a centralized coordination as well. There was a huge amount of coordinated effort that went into play in carrying out this kind of an activity online. Fake news mostly shared from 6 to 11 p.m. and this was done keeping in mind the high engagement possibilities. Further, the report reveals how the most impact feeds originated from Pakistan itself. So this is most impact feeds. They came through from Pakistan, which also makes it amply clear that there was a clear Pakistan involvement and underlying sentiment of peddling anti-India narrative through the days of the conflict. Going across to Colonel Rohit Dev, defense expert who joins us on the broadcast. Colonel Dev, a very good morning to you. Thanks for taking our time. How do you look at this? It's a truth known to one and all. Indian agencies have been speaking about this kind of online fake propaganda peddled by Pakistan through the days of conflict, which has been exposed multiple times. But this was a coordinated effort, it turns out, Colonel Dev, which was aimed at looking at specific time frame where these kind of messages would get amplified to spread a larger message against India.
Right. So, Jayant, I think such kind of social media, digital deluge which Pakistan, carried out is good to make a fake field marshal, but it is not good in the long run for the military to win any wars. But yes, having said that, this has been a coordinated effort of Pakistan. Not only now, social media has become a very, very valid tool since 2011, 2012 in the Pakistan arsenal. When they created under the DG ISPR, they created a team of young IT people, they basically civilians, and very small internship kind of pay scales and pay grades they used to fund them. And 1,500 of them were hired at one point of time initially to start with this. And they also have linkages with the other part of the Chinese counterparts they have and the other unequal forces to India. These kind of people have been coordinating it online in the recent times, but they also back it up, which is the in their sense a good part. They back it up with a lot of real-time follow-ups in various countries through academia, through their embassy staffers and things like that. So it basically corroborates and correlates to a lot of information and misinformation which is flying around. So in Sindoor also, when you saw, the first image of they saying that in Bahawalpur they shot down and a Rafale, which is a wrong image. It was a MiG-21 of Moga area where it had a normal crash a few years ago. So these kind of tools were used to prop up the sentiments in Pakistan. Not that it won any war. They got hammered quite well this time. But I think it plays to their local gallery to keep them a little in control. Plus, it gives the fillip to the military because all these generals finally have to showcase something to buy islands and properties in London and in the oceans, and they are looking at a long-term scale of this propaganda. So propaganda is basically not going to make them win any war. India is going to thrash them again and again if it comes to that. But the point is that the Chinese collusion using of global platforms which may be banned in India otherwise, but say TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. These are the handles, and especially TikTok and the Chinese-controlled ones, because there they have a free run. And there are many countries, among the Islamic states and funders of this Pakistan propaganda and Pakistan war-fighting machinery and the arms they get. I'm not saying arms, ALMS, arms they get from these Middle Eastern countries. This is all based on such kind of hype and propaganda, which is very, very well coordinated between Pakistan and their friends and countries like China and others as well. Yes. So I think it's a very enmeshed follow-up action which takes place thereafter and before. So when they plan this incident, they've already catered to the social media propaganda and what their embassy staffers and others, academia and think tank and people working abroad actually. You see China, wherever the citizens are, they are under a constant threat because a part of their family remains back in China forcefully. So they are made to act in a particular way. Same is not the case probably completely in Pakistan, but in terms of money and information, it is the same case. So I think it's a very, very cogent system which Pakistan has developed over the last 2.5 decades. And it's just that the social media is adding to their misinformation campaign and narratives. And good that India has opened various fact-check agencies now, and we are trying to thwart that. But that initial dilemma even in Sindoor was based on the misinformation campaign, which Pakistan, dare I say, was a little successful initially. But then, yes, when the final numbers come, because everybody knows who fell where, which aircraft, the signal intelligence is quite high order. So finally, they had to conceive. They were hit not in terms of only aircrafts, but air bases and very critical facilities.
Yes, this indeed was
People
one
had to
of the
intervene.
many tools that were used for spreading
Yes.
that kind of misinformation, disinformation all through Operation Sindoor. And very interesting you highlight, Colonel Dev, that this wasn't just meant for international messaging. This was actually to douse the domestic flames given the military rebuttal that came in from India. Many thanks, Colonel Dev. Appreciate you speaking to us. As always, thank you for joining us. I do want to go across to Ankur once again. Ankur, do we have more details in terms of this report on the kind of handles that were being used or rather misused? Were these paid agents? Were these government officials? What more do we know about these handles?
So, Prithvi, initially, Government of India found that approximately 200 to 2,300 handles were involved in spreading misinformation, and the action was taken against them. And importantly, later after the next day, the government also found that there are other 2,000 accounts which were also involved in amplifying these misinformation against India. They all were suspended, and also various actions have been taken against them. Importantly, these accounts belong to various celebrities of Pakistan. We have seen various celebrities' accounts have been withheld in India, and there are other foreign nationals also who were multiplying, amplifying the fake news. For example, if I tell you there was an information shared by a Pakistani-based alleged news handle saying that 5 Rafale has been shot down just after Operation India launched Operation Sindoor, and it was amplified by various accounts quoting that particular news agency. So this was the trend and pattern which was noticed, and all these accounts is now these accounts have now been suspended, and they will remain suspended until they delete their particular fake news which was spreaded by them.
Okay, and what is the suspicion as per this government cyber report? When we talk about, or the report highlights, a coordinated effort which also had a certain involvement in official level, there has to be a certain official hand which is going to be probed by the Indian government agencies as well. We'll talk about that, Ankur. For the moment, thank you so much. That's all the time we could take up for the story, as we need to shift our attention